All right, guys, in a previous video, I did about the disruptive technology that 3D Rect is going to be dropping very soon. I did mention that I was going to share with you a conversation I had with an exchange, Dextrade, and the things that we can begin expecting. And this is where the trend is going as far as exchanges are concerned, guys, especially for U.S. citizens. If you are a U.S. citizen and you have your money on an exchange, I highly encourage you to get it off, put it in a wallet, and trade elsewhere. Solutions are coming up for that to where you'll be able to trade directly from your wallet as opposed to having your money on these exchanges. But in this video, I really want to share with you and hone in on why you do not want to leave your money on any of these exchanges. And many of these exchanges, guys, you don't even want to put your money out there. So let's start with this article here about KuCoin. Now, if you do some research on it, you'll see that they have been hit massively. But I wanted to target on this particular article because it really focuses in on the effect that this is having for U.S. clients. And of course, the U.S. is the most the highest market when it comes to crypto, right? I mean, people in America, they do it big, right? They invest a lot of money in crypto, right? And let's just do a quick recap on what this thing. KuCoin publicly told U.S. users they could not access the platform. Privately, it let 1.5 million of them trade away. No IP blocks, no KYC until August 2023, and even then, not applied retroactively. The result, 184 million in fees from users the exchange claimed it did not serve. Now, my opinion, guys, these things are overregulated. If they are not stealing anybody's money, Americans should be able to go out there and trade however they want to. And I really can't blame all of the exchanges because in order to operate and not go to jail, they have to comply with quote unquote U.S. regulations, especially out of America, and if you're going to be accepting U.S. clients and stuff. So, I mean, to a certain degree, we can't really bash them because historically, I mean, Kraken to me was the #1 exchange out there, guys, and the tech, the support, everything they offered was top notch up until like in the 2024, 2025 or something like that, where even I was affected, right? And they blocked my funds, and I did a review on that. You guys may want to check it out. It's in the forum. I did a video on it, whatever the case is. But I understand that they are under regulatory pressure, for one. I did not like the way they handled it because they held my assets for like several months, like from April, May, June, July, about 4 months. So I did not appreciate that. But let's go on and see what's really happening and what happened with KuCoin. On March 31st, 2026, a federal court in the Southern District of New York entered a consent order permanently banning KuCoin's operator, Kraken Global Limited, from offering services to U.S. participants unless it registers as a foreign board of trade. The penalty, $500,000. That is the CFTC's closing number. The DOJ already collected $297 million. This is not a new case, and indeed it isn't, guys. It is the final period on a sentence that started 2 years ago, and the pattern it confirms should matter to every offshore platform still serving American users through the back door. Now, this should be more of a concern for people living in America because the trend now is for these exchanges to comply and get you off of their system. If they are not completely reporting everything about your identity, everything about every single transaction and trade that you make, then they do not comply with governmental requirements, particularly in the United States. And the United States has a very powerful outreach to other countries, no matter where they are, and they will penalize them. So therefore, guys, it is in our best interest not to put a lot of money on an exchange. Now, I'm not saying exchanges don't have their place. To me personally, I say register for multiple exchanges, but stick with the big ones, the Coinbases, the Binance, Krakens. And I don't even like Kraken anymore since they did what they did, but nevertheless, have an account with them so that if you incur any issue on one exchange, you can swap over to the other one. Secondly, when you're using these exchanges, only use them to convert from fiat to your cryptocurrency of your choice, or backwards from your crypto back to fiat if you need that cash or whatever the case is. Outside of that, guys, take your money out of those exchanges. Otherwise, you will eventually end up with your assets being held, blocked, your account being frozen. Tons of things happen. The system's getting hacked. Coinbase just shut down for like 5 hours because they own AWS over the past week. Guys, so many things are going on with these exchanges, and us as users of these exchanges, it's just not a good idea for us to leave our cryptos and our assets out there. Okay, so the whole thing about this video is I'm gonna share a solution, a potential solution that is going to disrupt the industry, right, and give power back to us as end users, right, so that we do not have to subject our cryptos to these other exchanges or even to governments, right? All right, so with that said, understand what's going on here in the space, and it's only going to get worse, right? The only chokehold that governments can really have for individuals and their cryptos are the exchanges, right? Outside of that, guys, we can just trade one another amongst each other. If I want to purchase something you have, I'll send you some crypto directly and I get the product, right? The government is just like trading cash. The government has no interest in that, particularly if you have a wallet that's never been used before. And even now, the government is trying to trace all of the addresses and link them to you. But there are other services for that as well. So, you know, to some degree, governments just can't control everything, right? And I am definitely interested in disruptive technology that prevents government oversight for people being able to do with their money whatever they want to do with their money. You know, I ain't talking about money laundering now, guys, because there's definitely should be laws against that. But your typical average user of crypto that wants to go out and buy some coffee, purchase a car, do this, do that, whatever the case is, hey, they should be able to do that freely. And the government did not create crypto, right? They didn't create all these cryptocurrencies, so why in the world do they now want to come in and control it, right? I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me, but that's the way this world is, okay? But let's go on back into the point of these exchanges. And with that said, I'm gonna hop over and I'm going to Texacoin because this is a trash project that pretty much took people's money, put a lot of money on all these exchanges to make themselves look reputable. But at the end of the day, don't even pay no attention to this Texacoin. Trust me, guys, it's trash. Look at the chart, it's trash. All right, but I wanted to come out here because they list a lot of exchanges. And this is why I say, guys, stick with the major exchanges, the reputable exchanges. These here, guys, stay away from all of these. Now, the one and only exchange that I found legit out here is DexTrade. The rest of this, and Uniswap, yeah, that's a decentralized exchange that you can use if you want to. But the rest of this stuff is garbage, guys. If you are a member of any of these exchanges, get off of them. And I'm gonna just show you a quick review. Just do a Trustpilot review. You'll see here MEXC was blocked or warned by Trustpilot because they were probably trying to incentivize people in this breach of guidelines. We remove a number of fake reviews for this company. See, you know, they were out there pushing people to put out reviews that were not legit. And the legit reviews are here, which are 1 stars, right? That's MEXC. You got Bitmart here, and this is something that these guys are trying to push now. Look at the reviews on this, right? I mean, you can look at some of these good reviews, but once again, guys, some of these reviews can be fudged. But when you see a pattern and a trend of people's funds being blocked, these are things you want to stay away from, okay? Especially for the smalls. The big ones, Kraken, Coinbase, Binance, hey, get in accounts with them, even on Gemini. You know, you can have accounts with them, maybe crypto.com or something like that, but do not leave your assets out there. Now, with that said, the one exchange that I did like and appreciate, and even to this day, I think is still good, but I know that the regulatory pressure that is on them is either going to put them out of business or require them to begin restricting their activities. So in an exchange I had with these guys, I'm gonna just share this with you so that you know what's going on, because I did not appreciate the way that they handle a situation. So here's a back end of my DEX trade. So I've been trading with them for a while, guys. You see, I'll send some Bitcoin, I'll send out some Bitcoin, USDT or whatever the case is. So this refill is me sending Bitcoin to them. So, you know, I withdrew some BTC here because notice this was on the 7th. So this is when I got wind of this article right here, right? So I'm like, oh snap, you know, if they're doing this, I need to actually start getting my money off of exchanges. But of course, as more trading opportunities arose, it's like, well, DEX trade is still cool. I was able to move my money out. They didn't give me any problems. You know, I'll put some more money back out here. So that's what I did on the 14th. So I did withdraw some Bitcoin. They didn't give me a problem. They did start doing some more stuff through their AML or whatever the case is, but they withdrew my funds. So I put it back in, start trading more. And then I put some more in on the 22nd, and look what happened. I mean, I've been trading with these guys for a minute. I'm using the same wallets to send Bitcoin over there. I'm trading on their platform. I'm making profits, taking profits, and I'm sending them out. There's nothing illegitimate about what I'm doing. Nevertheless, they flagged it and they said that my AML failed. Why is that? Well, because they are now probably putting measures in place to avoid things like this. So it's nothing that we as end users are doing wrong. It's things that the exchanges are or have not put in place to meet the regulatory guidelines, and they don't want to end up in the same position as KuCoin and others that have experienced this same thing, right? BitMEX, Binance. So I get that. I get it. But the way they handled this wasn't cool, guys. So I sent the Bitcoin. It was taking once it took like over an hour for me to receive my Bitcoin into my account. I'm like, hey, I submitted a ticket like, hey, what's going on, guys? I sent Bitcoin. It has 17 transaction confirmations. What's up? And then they replied here and said, you contacted us about a deposit that did not enter the DEX trade platform. Your transaction ID is this, was declined during the AML verification process. Please provide the wallet address for the return of funds. Service fee for processing the refund is 50 USDT. How are they going to charge me $50, guys, to return to me the Bitcoin that I just sent? But nevertheless, I'm like, okay, well, give me my money back. You know, I'm not sure why this payment was declined, but please return the payment to the following Bitcoin address. I gave them that Bitcoin address. Then they hit me with this. Thank you. We received your return address. To pay the commission, please review the following information. So they're telling me to send them 50 USDT to one of these two addresses. I'm like, bro, you can't just deduct the money and send me my Bitcoin back. And by the way, I did have USDT on their account at the time. As we see, I just withdrew all of that on the same day. I'm getting all of my assets off of this platform at this point, right? And they say, we have forwarded your transaction details to the financial department for further verification. It takes up to 7 business days to review and process your request. Now, I was a little pissed because I'm like, number one, I just sent you Bitcoin. Number two, I just sent you $50 in USDT. And now you're telling me it's going to take 7 days, up to 7 days. So I was a little bit pissed at the time, or whatever the case is, and replied to them. But nevertheless, they did send me my Bitcoin back within 3 days. All right, so this is the type of thing, guys, that is really coming against end users. They are attacking exchanges because they know that is the gateway into the world of fiat, which they completely control. That's the only way they're going to be able to do it, guys. So the best idea for us, really, guys, is to create circular economies, build economies to where we exchange and trade in cryptocurrencies alone, completely outside of the fiat system. It's going to be a lot of work. There's going to have some serious things that are going to have to come up to block regulatory oversight, to block governments from seeing all the types of transactions and things like that. So I'm not against paying taxes. I'm not against anything like that. But I am against government control and oversight of people's individual assets and the freedom to do with those assets what they want to, right? So crypto opens the door for that, and more tools are coming out so that we can continue to enjoy that type of life outside of the control of this monetary system that the powers that be would have us in, right? So if you're interested in stuff like this, hey, check out a video I just dropped yesterday about some disruptive technology through which you can have your cryptocurrency sitting in your wallet. And if you want to trade on an EVM-compatible blockchain, you'll be able to do so directly from your wallet without having to go through all of these other exchanges. So again, I say exchanges are good. They have their place. I would not put money out there, let it sit out there for the sake of collecting those rewards or whatever the case is, because you're able to earn USDT if you let it sit out there, or staking and things like that. Forget that junk, guys, because you are literally putting your money at risk just by allowing it to sit on these exchanges for a long period of time. So use the exchanges for what you can. Don't leave your money out there. Use it to swap between fiat and crypto, crypto and fiat, and call it a day, guys. This way you'll be able to secure your own assets for yourself. All right. So again, I just recommend you guys go check out the video. I will leave it at the end of this video so that you can just click that link and check out some things that 3D Rect is about to be dropping in the space that is going to really benefit all of us. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this video. We will holler on the next one. Peace out.